Hello and welcome to the 20th episode of Learn Estonian. In today's lesson, we're gonna learn how to say your name. So let's get started. When I was thinking about how we introduce ourselves, I came up with 3 different ways how we usually say our name. So the first one is the most common one and the most formal one, and it is minu nimi on. Minu nimi on. Minu nimi on, and then you add your name. Minu nimi on Lisa. Minu nimi on. Minu nimi on. Minu nimi on. Then the second one is a little bit shorter, and you would use that with just really friendly situation. So you would say Mina olen Lisa. Mina olen Lisa. And then the last one, well, I've noticed, which is maybe not so the nicest way to introduce, but I have noticed that this does happen, and it's just Lisa, and you shake the hand, and you say your name and you shake the hand. It's kind of when somebody introduces you to somebody, and then you just do this because there's no reason why you should say if you've been already introduced as a friend of somebody and that person is there, and then you're just like Lisa. So it's quite quite easy in that sense. So you've just met this person and you would like to know what is their name. So let's look at the questions that you can ask when you meet somebody and want to know their name and want to ask them that. So there's 2 sets of questions, and both of them have 2 questions. So we're gonna look at the first set, which is kuidas on teie nimi? Kuidas on teie nimi? Kuidas on teie nimi? Kuidas on teie nimi? And the second one, kuidas on sinu nimi? Kuidas on sinu nimi? Kuidas on sinu nimi? Kuidas on sinu nimi? And these ones you can see that there's not much difference, just the difference of teie and sinu. And that's because teie is really formal, so you would use that in a formal situation, whereas sinu is less formal. It's still pretty formal as a sentence, because it's more formal way of sentence, because the word of kuidas, it makes it more formal overall. But if you just say kuidas on sinu nimi, it's pretty formal, but it's then a bit less formal. So it's your choice. If you're in a formal situation, you can ask kuidas on teie nimi, and when you're in a less formal situation, you can ask kuidas on sinu nimi, but that still is very polite way to ask. Then the second set is mis on teie nimi? 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 And the second question of the second set is mis on sinu nimi? Mis on sinu nimi? Mis on sinu nimi? Mis on sinu nimi? So you can see the same thing happens here. You can use teie or sinu. Teie makes it a bit more formal, and sinu is really friendly. So yeah, you can use mis on sinu nimi in a friendly situation, and mis on teie nimi you can use in a formal situation. And so you can see in 2 sets you've got really similar ways how the sentence is built up, and by changing just the word you make it more formal or less formal. And also kuidas on teie nimi is pretty crazy formal, and then mis on teie nimi is a bit more cool down and more nice in the sense of relaxed. Yeah. So yeah, these are the 2 sets of questions. I'll go through the questions again. Kuidas on teie nimi? Kuidas on teie nimi? Kuidas on sinu nimi? Kuidas on sinu nimi? Mis on teie nimi? Mis on teie nimi? Mis on teie nimi? Mis on sinu nimi? Mis on sinu nimi? Mis on sinu nimi? So we've got 3 things that I thought of. So here we go. first one is, and that is the most common one, and I would highly recommend using this one. It is meeldiv tutvuda. Meeldiv tutvuda. Meeldiv tutvuda. Tutvuda. Meeldiv tutvuda. Tutvuda. Meeldiv tutvuda. Meeldiv tutvuda. It's kind of like jumpy. Tutvuda. Meeldiv tutvuda. And then you can also say väga meeldiv, which is a bit shorter version of this idea. And this väga, which is a lot or very, like it is like very pleasure to meet you. Like it is my very pleasure to meet you. So you can use that väga in front of meeldiv tutvuda as well. Väga meeldiv tutvuda. Väga meeldiv tutvuda. And then you can just say also väga meeldiv. Or you know how I was saying about these busy people who are running and just saying their names when they introduce themselves? Well, these people also can say meeldiv. But it's not very common. I think it does happen, but as I said before, I would highly recommend just using meeldiv tutvuda. But don't be alarmed if you hear somebody just saying meeldiv. It is just for your peace of mind that you would know that these things happen. Estonians also like to make things very short, and we are really, we don't like to speak that much. Like we like to speak, but we like to also limit our words. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, if you feel more adventurous, you can also ask a question like, how do you do? So I'll teach you that as well, and that is kuidas läheb? Kuidas läheb? Kuidas läheb? Kuidas läheb? Kuidas läheb? And you can answer hästi, 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 which means good. Good, because no one's gonna tell you really that I'm not doing that well. But just in case if you need to know that, you might hear something like kehvasti, halvasti, or mitte väga hästi. Mitte väga hästi? Mitte nii hästi? Nii ja naa. So you might hear all these things, but I don't think that will happen, especially when you just have met the people. But good luck with all your studies, and let me know how you're doing. Bye!